Chosen ones, let me speak directly to the place within you that has always felt both tender and unexplainable. Have you ever wondered why your heart feels so heavy one moment, yet so radiant the next? Why, when others seem hardened by life, you continue to carry a depth of compassion, an unshakable sense that you were born to love differently, to feel more deeply, to walk more faithfully than those around you? This is not weakness nor coincidence. This is the fingerprint of heaven resting on you. And in this very moment, as you listen, something within you is awakening to a truth you have always carried but perhaps never understood. Your heart is not just a vessel that pumps blood, it is a prophetic compass. It points you toward destiny, it draws you toward the divine, and it speaks in ways no map, no logic, no worldly wisdom could ever explain. I know you have felt this tug before when you walked away from people who didn't honor you but couldn't explain why, when you cried for someone else's pain as if it were your own, when you felt uneasy in the presence of deceit, manipulation, or darkness. That was not just sensitivity. That was your heart acting as heaven's messenger, whispering, "This is not your path. This is not your portion. You were made for higher ground." You see, many people live with hearts that are closed, walled off, silenced by bitterness and fear. But not you, chosen one. You were marked to carry a heart that feels, discerns, and prophesies. A heart that carries the voice of God like a compass carries true north. And let me ask you this, have you ever noticed that your heart seems to know before your mind does? That when everyone else celebrates, something in you feels uneasy, or when others doubt you, something in your chest burns like fire and tells you, keep going, you are on the right path. That is no accident. That is the Spirit speaking through your innermost being. The world will tell you to trust logic, numbers, or statistics. But heaven says, guard your heart, for out of it flow the issues of life. Your heart has been anointed as the seat of divine guidance. It is both fragile and powerful, tender yet fierce, soft yet unshakable in its loyalty to truth. Perhaps this explains why life has been so heavy for you at times. Because when your heart is a prophetic compass, you cannot live like everyone else. You cannot numb yourself the way others do. You cannot lie to yourself and pretend to be happy in a place where your spirit is suffocating. You cannot just go along with the crowd and silence what your inner compass screams is wrong. And yes, this has made you stand out. It has made others call you too much, too sensitive, or too emotional. But what they call weakness, God calls your weapon. For your heart carries wisdom beyond your years, guidance beyond your understanding, and strength beyond what the enemy can comprehend. I need you to understand something, chosen one. In this video, I am not here to flatter you, and I am not here to entertain you. I am here to remind you of what heaven has already placed inside you. You will finally understand why your heart has been under attack, why you've felt brokenhearted more times than you can count, why betrayal has cut you so deeply, and why love, real love, has always seemed both your greatest desire and your greatest challenge. It is because your heart is not ordinary. It is prophetic. And when you carry a prophetic heart, the enemy wages war against it. Because if he can silence your heart, he can distort your compass. If he can harden your heart, he can reroute your destiny. But if you guard it, nurture it, and learn to hear its language, nothing and no one can lead you astray. Think about the times you've ignored your heart and followed only your mind. How often did you later regret it? How often did you say, something told me not to go there. Something told me not to trust that person. Something told me this was not right. That something was not just instinct. It was the Spirit of God using your heart to guide you. And on the flip side, think about the times you followed your heart even when it made no sense. Maybe you forgave when others told you to hold a grudge. Maybe you gave when others told you to keep. Maybe you left when everyone told you to stay. And somehow, even if it hurt at first, you were led into greater peace, greater clarity, greater alignment. That was your prophetic compass doing what it was designed to do, point you back toward destiny. Chosen ones, I say this with urgency because I feel the Spirit pressing it strongly. Your heart is not betraying you, it is leading you. And if you feel right now like your heart has been broken, bruised, or even shattered, hear me. Sometimes God allows the breaking not to destroy you, but to make your compass sharper. A broken heart can feel like the end, but in truth, it is often the beginning of a deeper journey, a stronger alignment with heaven's voice. Your tears have watered the soil where your calling will bloom. Your pain has carved the space where revelation will be planted. Your compassion has been birthed through the very wounds that tried to destroy you. So let me tell you plainly, in this video, you will understand why your heart has always felt different, why it has carried both the ache and the beauty of this life in deeper measure than most, and why this is not a curse but a calling. You will see that your heart has never been ordinary. It has always been prophetic. And from this day forward, you will learn how to listen to it, how to protect it, and how to walk in the destiny it points you toward. Chosen one, this message is for you. And if you stay with me by the time we finish, you will never look at your heart the same way again. Chosen ones, now that you understand that your heart is a prophetic compass, we must face the truth that many of you have wrestled with for years but never had the words for. The struggle has not been only with people, circumstances, or even your own decisions. The real struggle has been with carrying a heart that sees and feels what others cannot. You have lived in a world that tells you to numb it, harden it, and silence it. Yet heaven keeps calling you to keep it open, tender, and alive. That tension between a world that breaks hearts and a God who speaks through hearts has been the battlefield of your life. Think about the times when your compassion was mistaken for weakness. You poured love into people who used you, drained you, or betrayed you. You gave them the best parts of yourself, believing that love could transform them, only to find your kindness mocked or taken for granted. In those moments, didn't you question your own heart? Didn't you ask, why do I always care too much? Why do I always feel too deeply? Why does it hurt me when others seem to move on so easily? Let me tell you, your pain was not wasted. What you thought was weakness was actually the refining of your prophetic gift. For your heart was not designed to love halfway. It was not created to operate in shallow waters. It was shaped to reflect the heart of God Himself, unconditional, relentless, healing. And whenever such a heart enters a world consumed by selfishness and pride, it will be misunderstood. This is why you've felt like an outsider. This is why you've often walked into rooms and sensed what no one else could sense. The heaviness, the deception, the silent cries behind someone's smile. While others laughed, you carried the weight of what was really happening. You could feel it, even if you couldn't explain it. Some of you even thought you were cursed for feeling too much. But no, beloved, you were not cursed. You were awakened. Your prophetic compass was detecting truth beneath the surface, light hidden in the shadows, warnings that others ignored. And while they mocked you deep inside, they knew you were right. The scriptures remind us the heart is deceitful above all things. Jeremiah 17:9. At first, this sounds like a warning against trusting our hearts. And yes, for those who live in pride and rebellion, the heart can be hardened, poisoned, and misleading. But for the chosen ones, those who have surrendered their heart to God, it becomes the opposite. It becomes purified, refined, and tuned like an instrument that plays heaven's song. And that, dear soul, is why your heart has been through so much breaking and burning, because God has been cleansing it, removing the impurities so that when He speaks, there is no distortion. But here lies the hidden truth of your struggle. The enemy knows the power of your heart, so he wages war against it from the very beginning. Look back over your life. Do you see the pattern? Broken friendships that left scars, family wounds that pierced you as a child, romantic betrayals that shattered your trust, losses that almost made you close off love forever. Each heartbreak was not random. It was a calculated attempt to destroy your compass. If the enemy could make you bitter, you would stop loving. If he could make you distrustful, you would stop opening your heart. If he could make you numb, you would stop discerning. And if he could silence your prophetic compass, he could reroute your destiny. This is why your heartaches have felt so personal, so crushing, so relentless. Because the war has always been over your heart, not your job, not your possessions, not even your reputation. Those were only distractions. The real target has been your prophetic compass, because with it you are unstoppable. With it you cannot be deceived for long. With it you will always find your way back to God. So the enemy has thrown every fiery dart, every betrayal, every disappointment, every delay, just to make you doubt the very instrument designed to guide you. And yet, here you are. Your heart may be bruised, but it still beats. It may carry scars, but it still feels. It may have been broken, but it still believes. That, dear one, is proof that you are chosen. For if you were not chosen, the enemy would not have fought you so hard. If your heart were ordinary, it would not have been targeted so viciously. But the very fact that you are still here, listening, breathing, and seeking truth, shows that heaven has preserved you. Still, let's be honest. Carrying a prophetic heart is not easy. It means you often feel misunderstood by those closest to you. You may try to explain why something feels wrong, but they don't get it. You may warn someone not to go down a certain path, and they dismiss you. Later, when what you said comes true, you feel both vindicated and heartbroken, because you didn't want to be right, you only wanted them safe. And when you love deeply, you don't just hurt when you're wounded. You hurt when those you care for are lost, broken, or deceived. That is the burden of a prophetic heart. It feels not only its own pain, but the pain of others. Do you see now why you have felt different? Why your tears flow more easily? Why your joy feels more radiant? Why your intuition is sharper than most? It is not by accident. It is by design, and yet I know you've wondered, if my heart is truly prophetic, why has it led me into so much pain? Beloved, this is the mystery. Your heart is not meant to keep you safe from pain, it is meant to lead you through it into revelation. Every heartbreak has deepened your compassion. Every betrayal has sharpened your discernment. Every loss has strengthened your resilience. Your compass has not been broken, it has been recalibrated. But the world does not understand this. That is why it pressures you to harden your heart, to silence it, to shut it down. Don't care too much. Don't love too deeply. Don't forgive too quickly. That is the language of a world that fears the power of an open heart. But heaven whispers something different. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And chosen one, that is your destiny, to see God, to hear Him, to know Him through the prophetic compass He placed within you. So the hidden struggle you have carried is not just about being misunderstood by others. It is about learning to trust what God has entrusted to you. It is about believing that your heart, though wounded, is still holy. It is about rejecting the lie that you are too much and embracing the truth that you are just enough to carry divine revelation. It is about learning that your sensitivity is not weakness, it is your superpower. And even though the enemy tried to bury you in bitterness, you are rising in love. Even though heartbreak tried to silence you, your heart still beats with hope. Even though betrayal tried to poison you, you still believe in goodness. That resilience is the mark of the chosen. That unwavering heartbeat, despite everything you've been through, is the sound of prophecy still alive within you. Chosen ones, now that we have exposed the hidden struggle, let us step into revelation. It is time to see clearly what your heart has been trying to tell you all along. Because you are not wandering in confusion, you are being guided, even when you don't realize it. Your heart has always been a prophetic compass, and when you begin to recognize the signs of how it speaks, your life begins to align with heaven's path in ways that cannot be explained by human logic. The first revelation is this: your heart burns in the presence of truth and feels heavy in the presence of deception. Think about it. When you hear something authentic, when you encounter someone genuine, doesn't your chest feel lighter, freer, as if life itself is flowing into you? And when you face lies, manipulation, or false intentions, doesn't your heart sink, tighten, or ache? That is not random emotion, it is prophecy. Your heart is announcing, "This is life," or "This is death." Remember when Jesus walked with the disciples on the road to Emmaus? Afterward, they said, "Did not our hearts burn within us while he talked with us?" Their hearts knew before their minds could grasp it, and so it is with you. That fire you feel in your chest when truth is near is heaven's seal upon your compass. The second revelation is this: your heart aches most deeply where your calling is strongest. Have you noticed that the very areas of life where you have been wounded the most are often the areas where you are called to bring healing? Those who hurt you in relationships attacked you in the area of love, because you are called to embody unconditional love. Those who betrayed you attacked your trust, because you are called to carry faithfulness. Those who silenced you attacked your voice, because you are called to speak truth. The enemy always strikes at the root of your mission, hoping to make you abandon it, but your heart refuses to quit. That persistent ache, that unshakable burden you carry for certain people, certain causes, certain wounds in the world, that is not weakness. That is your assignment. The third revelation is this: your heart sees beyond time. How often have you felt something before it happened? You couldn't explain it logically, but deep down you knew. Maybe you knew someone was lying before the truth came out. Maybe you sensed danger before the accident happened. Maybe you felt joy for a breakthrough before it appeared. That was your prophetic compass stretching beyond the natural into the eternal. Ecclesiastes tells us he has set eternity in the human heart. That means your heart is wired to detect things beyond this moment, beyond what your eyes see. And while others dismiss it as coincidence or imagination, you know better. For chosen ones are never bound by time. Their compass is tuned to eternity. The fourth revelation is this: your heart guides you into divine connections. Have you ever wondered why some people, even strangers, feel instantly familiar to you while others, no matter how close they get, never feel safe? That is your compass discerning alignment. When you meet someone who carries light, your heart recognizes it, like a magnet drawn to its counterpart. When you encounter someone cloaked in darkness, your heart resists, no matter how charming they seem. You must trust this, because chosen ones are not meant to walk with everyone. They are meant to walk with those who sharpen their destiny. Your heart knows who is for you and who is against you long before evidence appears. That sense of peace, or that sense of warning, is heaven whispering through your spirit. And the fifth revelation is this: your heart reveals God's presence. You've felt it before, in moments of prayer, in worship, in silence under the stars, even in the midst of chaos. That overwhelming warmth, that sudden peace that cannot be explained, that flood of tears that come without reason, that is your compass pointing to God. While others search for signs in the sky, you feel His presence in your chest. Your prophetic heart is an altar where heaven and earth meet. And when you learn to guard it, protect it, and keep it pure, it becomes the clearest channel through which you hear His voice. Now let's turn revelation into application. If you truly accept that your heart is a prophetic compass, you must learn to listen to it without fear. When your heart burns with fire, follow the flame. When it sinks with heaviness, pay attention. Don't silence it, don't doubt it, don't numb it. Instead, ask, "Spirit, what are you showing me?" And then trust the answer. You may not understand in the moment, but the compass is always true. But to walk in this, you must also guard your heart with intention. Proverbs says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." What does this mean for you, chosen one? It means you cannot let everyone speak into your life. You cannot feed your spirit with poison and expect clarity. You cannot allow bitterness to take root and expect prophecy to flow freely. Guarding your heart means being careful what you consume, who you trust, and what you dwell on, because your compass only works clearly when it is not clouded by pollution. There is also discipline involved. The heart, though prophetic, must be surrendered daily to God, otherwise your emotions can drown out your discernment. That is why prayer is not optional for the chosen. It is oxygen. When you pray, you are not just asking for things. You are tuning your compass to true north. When you meditate on Scripture, you are aligning your heart with eternal truth, so that when you feel the burning or the heaviness, you know what it means. Without prayer, without word, without surrender, even a prophetic heart can be hijacked by fear or desire. But when you stay surrendered, your heart becomes unstoppable. And here is the final lesson of this revelation. Your heart was never meant to be a burden. It was meant to be your map. Stop despising it. Stop cursing it. Stop saying, "Why do I feel so much? Why can't I be like others?" You are not meant to be like others. You are meant to be a signpost of heaven in a world lost in shadows. Your heart is the place where prophecy beats, where eternity whispers, where love overcomes fear. It is not your weakness, it is your inheritance. You chosen one, if you've ever doubted yourself because of the depth of what you feel, I speak this over you now. Your heart is holy ground. It is the dwelling place of the divine, the compass of your destiny, the witness of eternity within you. And if you dare to trust it, if you dare to protect it, if you dare to follow it even when no one else understands, you will walk paths others cannot see. You will arrive at doors others cannot open. You will survive storms others cannot endure, because the prophetic compass of your heart will always lead you home. Chosen ones, listen closely, because this is the turning point. Everything you have endured, every tear you have shed, every time you thought your heart was too fragile to survive, the truth is you were never being broken just for the sake of pain. You were being shaped, refined, and strengthened. Your heart, though attacked, is indestructible in the hands of the one who made it. And if you are still here, it means your prophetic compass has never failed you. It may have led you through fire, but it also led you out again. It may have taken you through valleys of betrayal and rejection, but it has also carried you to mountaintops of revelation. You are proof that what God places inside a chosen one cannot be destroyed by darkness. The world tried to tell you that your heart was a weakness, but heaven declares it is your weapon. Your enemies tried to silence it, but heaven says it is your trumpet. Your wounds tried to bury it, but God has used those same wounds to birth your wisdom. Do you see it now? Every scar on your heart is not evidence of failure. It is evidence of survival, of resilience, of a calling too great to be crushed. You are still standing. You are still loving. You are still believing. And that is the greatest miracle of all. Let me speak this into your spirit. You have endured trials that would have made others bitter, but you remain compassionate. You have faced storms that would have hardened others, but your heart is still tender. You have walked through fire that would have consumed others, but you carry a flame that still burns for truth. That, chosen one, is the mark of the divine. For God himself said, "I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh." You carry that heart of flesh, not hardened, not bitter, not numb, but alive, responsive, beating in rhythm with heaven's song. And because of that, your destiny is unstoppable. Do not be deceived into thinking that your tears disqualify you. Do not be fooled into believing that your heartbreak means you failed. No, beloved, your tears have watered the seeds of your future. Your heartbreak has expanded the borders of your compassion. Your very pain has prepared you to carry a mission far greater than you imagined. For the world does not need hardened hearts. It needs prophetic ones. And that is why you have been chosen, to carry what few are willing to carry, to feel what few are willing to feel, to walk where few are willing to walk. Hear me now, your heart is a prophetic compass, but it is also a shield. When darkness comes near, it cannot stay long because your heart radiates light. When deception tries to take root, it cannot prosper because your heart discerns truth. When despair tries to pull you down, it cannot hold you because your heart beats with eternal hope. You are covered. You are protected. You are shielded not by stone walls, but by the living pulse of heaven inside you. And as long as your heart beats, destiny still calls your name. Some of you have been asking, why did I have to go through so much pain if I was chosen? And the answer is this: because the oil of anointing only flows when the olive is crushed. The fragrance of purpose only rises when the flower is pressed. The treasure of compassion only shines when the vessel has been cracked. Your heart has been crushed, pressed, and cracked, not to destroy you, but to release what was hidden within you. And what is within you, chosen one, is not ordinary. It is prophetic. It is eternal. It is the very reflection of God's own love. Let me remind you of something powerful. When David was chosen by God, he was not chosen for his outward appearance, but for his heart. Scripture says, man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. That is why you have been chosen, not because of wealth, status, or perfection, but because of the heart you carry. And just like David, your heart has made you a target of jealousy, misunderstanding, and attack. But it has also made you unstoppable in battle. With a prophetic heart, David faced Goliath and won. With a prophetic heart, he endured exile and betrayal, but still rose to the throne. And with your prophetic heart, you too will overcome giants, survive rejection, and rise to the place heaven has prepared for you. Chosen ones, hear the affirmation of heaven. You are not too sensitive. You are not too fragile. You are not too emotional. You are anointed. You are prophetic. You are divinely tuned to feel what others cannot feel, to discern what others cannot see, to love in ways others cannot comprehend. That is not a curse, it is your crown. You have been given this gift not to be crushed by it, but to shine through it. Do not apologize for the way your heart feels. Do not shrink back because the world cannot understand it. Do not silence it just to fit in. Your prophetic compass was never designed to follow the crowd. It was designed to lead you out of the crowd, into your destiny. You are a trailblazer, a light bearer, a pathfinder, and the map you carry is not in your mind. It is in your heart. Even now, I declare over you, the days of doubting your heart are over. The days of cursing your sensitivity are over. The days of questioning your compassion are over. From this moment forward, you walk with confidence, knowing that your heart is not a liability. It is your guidance system. And with it, you will walk through closed doors, over broken bridges, across dangerous waters, and still find yourself exactly where God destined you to be. Let the sound of this truth sink into you. Your heart is the place where heaven whispers. Your heart is the altar where love overcomes fear. Your heart is the throne where God chooses to dwell. And no darkness, no betrayal, no heartbreak, no loss can ever remove what God Himself has planted within you. You are chosen, you are sealed, you are destined, and your heart is proof of it. So rise, chosen one. Lift your head high. Let your scars shine as testimony. Let your tears flow as holy water. Let your heartbeat remind you with every breath, you are not lost. You are being led. You are not broken. You are being built. You are not forgotten. You are favored. And though the world may not see it, heaven rejoices over you because you have carried the one thing that cannot be faked, stolen, or destroyed, a prophetic heart that points forever to destiny. Chosen ones, as we come to the close of this message, let your spirit rest for a moment in the truth that has been revealed. You began this journey perhaps unsure, questioning why your heart has carried so much weight, why it has been wounded so many times, why it feels both fragile and fierce at once. But now you see, your heart was never ordinary. It has always been a prophetic compass, whispering truth, pointing you toward destiny, guiding you even when the path was shrouded in shadows. Look back over your life with new eyes. Every heartbreak that once felt like punishment was, in fact, preparation. Every betrayal that once felt like abandonment was, in truth, a divine rerouting. Every time you thought your heart was leading you into pain, it was actually leading you through pain into greater revelation. And though the world may never fully understand the depth of what you carry, heaven has always understood. God Himself entrusted you with a heart tuned to eternity. That is the seal of the chosen. That is the mark of your mission. And so I speak blessing over you now. May your heart never again be seen by you as a burden, but as a gift. May your tears be honored as sacred prayers. May your scars shine as holy testimonies. May your heartbeat remind you with every pulse that you are not wandering, you are being led. You are not forgotten, you are favored. You are not broken, you are being built. And no force of darkness can ever silence the compass that heaven placed within you. Chosen ones, you no longer walk alone. The path you walk is walked with angels. The burdens you carry are carried with grace. The mission you live is backed by heaven. And every time your heart feels the fire of truth, the ache of compassion, or the flood of peace, know this: you are not imagining it. You are experiencing the very hand of God guiding you. But now, let me invite you to make this message more than just words you've heard. Make it a declaration of your own journey. If this word has spoken to your heart, if you know deep inside that this message was meant for you, I encourage you, do not let it pass quietly. Speak it out, share it with your own voice. Leave a comment below and tell your story. Tell how your heart has guided you, how it has survived, how it has whispered truth to you in moments when no one else understood. Your testimony is not only your healing, it is someone else's confirmation. And if this word has awakened something inside you, I ask you to join this journey with me. Like this video, not for numbers, but as an act of agreement that your heart is prophetic, and you choose to walk with it. Subscribe not as a formality, but as a commitment to stay connected with a community of chosen ones who are awakening together. And share this with someone you know who carries a tender heart. Someone who may not yet realize that their compassion, their discernment, their tears are proof of a divine calling. You might be the messenger that awakens their compass. As you step away from this video, I want you to carry a simple truth. Your heart is not a weakness to be silenced. It is a compass to be followed. Guard it, nurture it, and listen to it. When it burns, lean into the flame. When it aches, ask what it is revealing. When it fills with peace, trust that you are standing on holy ground. Your heart is not leading you astray, it is leading you home. Let me leave you with this blessing. May the Lord bless your heart and keep it. May He cause His face to shine upon you and give you peace. May He heal every wound that ever tried to silence you. May He strengthen your compass so that no deception, no betrayal, no fear can ever distort its direction again. May your heart beat in perfect rhythm with the song of heaven. And may you, chosen one, rise with courage, knowing that every step you take is guided, protected, and destined. You are not just a survivor of heartbreak. You are a carrier of prophecy. You are not just someone who feels deeply. You are someone who sees clearly. You are not just another soul wandering this earth. You are a chosen vessel with a divine compass written into your very being. Walk boldly, love fiercely, trust completely. For your heart will never fail to lead you where heaven intends you to go. And finally, I invite you to stay connected. For this journey of awakening does not end here. Each message, each revelation, each prophetic truth builds upon the last. In the next word that I release, I will take you even deeper into the mysteries of the chosen, so that you may continue to walk in light when the world around you is covered in shadow. So subscribe, stay near, and do not walk this path alone. Chosen ones, your heart has spoken. Heaven has confirmed it. And from this day forward, you will never look at your heart the same way again.